What's up? What's up?
Hey there. How's everybody doing? Dude, is it Monday already? That's crazy.
No, it's Tuesday, bro.
Dude, but why does it feel like a Monday?
Because you have no job and you're on vacation all the time?
It's a lie. I wish that was the case. It's not the case. But I actually have a new job. And so
Nice.
I found it today. So I don't know, man. I will tell you, it's a pretty weird life living contract to contract now. I will say that this contract I have now is non-exclusive, so I can do multiple other things at the same time. That's exciting, right?
That is.
But it's crazy. I mean, when you have a job and you get that regular paycheck, it's like, this is so great. I just have to get to the end of the day, and I get paid the same no matter what, right? But then with the shit that I've been doing, it's like you get paid nice for like 2 months, and then you got to figure out the next the next thing. It ends up being a little bit, flexible, but at the same time, it's kind of like one of those things stressful.
It's probably the main reason I haven't quit my job yet.
Well, like that's one of the big conversations, especially with me and my wife, right? When I was working at Starbucks, she was like, why would you leave Starbucks? You had consistent pay. You always knew what you were getting, and you show up every day and it's fine. Right. And I was like, well, I make more if I work contract to contract. I can make more in a contract, and it's like more money in a shorter period of time. The problem is it is a lot of work to maintain, right, constantly having new things. But yeah, it's a whole thing. How's your day going? How's things been today?
Today's actually been pretty good. Got good news from the doctor. Got the MRI scheduled. Check my shipping manifest for what I got coming up this week. It's not that much. It wasn't that much last week. So I think the end of year push for getting these houses done is over. Finally getting caught up. So end of the year, I'll have more time to work on the project, hopefully. So, or beginning of next year, I should say, I'll have more time. Because, man,
have any New Year's plans?
New Year's?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, sleep. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't go out for New Year's, bro.
Yeah,
I went out for New Year's. I haven't went out for New Year's in a long time. I used to always go to the Tempe block party, though. That place is a blast. Most people probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure some of you are from Arizona. I ain't been there in 20 years, but when I used to go, they always got a bunch of concert stations. I've seen concert stages and stuff like that, but no. I will probably be in bed at about the same time. I will smoke a joint, watch a movie, watch the ball drop. I don't know. Why, you want to do a stream?
Absolutely not. But I got invited to this thing. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it, but there's like this traditional. I can't. There's like a traditional like special event that they do like at the end of December. And there's this like group or this kind of event. And I think it's actually kind of like a drag thing, but it's like a cultural, just like kind of like show that's like kind of like very eccentric. And so I believe, look, and don't everybody out there that actually knows what I'm talking about. There's like a group or like some people that do this thing. And one of my neighbors is having this group at his house, and he has like a massive house. And so he invited us. And so it's going to be like I think it's gonna be like a drag show. Like imagine like Brazilian festival, but like it's probably dudes very exotically. But anyways, so that's not the exciting part. It's just like exciting because it's like a thing people like go to, they get excited about every year, and it's gonna be at my neighbor's house instead. So I mean, like if I've got to crawl home, like I'll do it. And so that's the happening on the 31st. I'm excited about that. Eccentric
I'm not gonna.
and peanut butter.
I'm I'm not gonna say anything about what you just said, bro. But I'm happy for you that you're excited.
I think it's like dancing and music, and you know what I mean, like probably like
Yeah,
salsa, mariachi
yeah,
types.
they're a festive people for sure.
Anyways, so I think that's what we got going on.
What's up, Third Patriot?
Shout out to Third Patriot. Man, actually, it's funny. We were talking about the max pain for the price of Bitcoin in January, that it's going to be 100,000. And I was like, yeah, that's because Bitcoin's going to be at 200,000 in January. Desert doesn't think so.
No, Bitcoin's not going to be at 200,000 in January.
Yes, Jeff Dukes. Look, you're not 100% wrong. I am good at enjoying a good time. You know what I mean? And I just think music, people dancing, as long as I'm not dancing, like I'm here for it, you know?
Yeah, till you get about a half a bottle of tequila in you, then I'm sure you'll be dancing.
Yeah, that's about what it takes. That's about what it takes. And my wife hates that I don't dance, and I'm like, well, just let me get there an hour.
Well, don't show her the videos from Rare Evo then.
Yeah, I will not. Would not. Anyways, so everybody out there, hit us with a like, a repost, a comment. Come say hey. We're here every night, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. I think Desert's going to be out on Friday, but we're going to figure out what we're going to do. It's going to be a good time, or I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. It's going to be a good time either way. Might be a shorter episode. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, got some exciting stuff going on.
I'm damn near out tonight with the way this muscle relaxer is kicking in.
You know what you need?
Yes.
You need just a slight cup of Tito's.
Right. No.
Half cup of Tito's, muscle relaxer. You'll wake up on Thursday.
No. As soon as we get off here, it'll we'll be doing a couple hits off the vape. I'm trying to bring up, I forgot that we got to do this Twitter picker tonight. We have to pick a winner for 58. You guys had your chance to sign up. Now I just got to find the post and we'll get this loaded. I'm not too sure what we had going on today or what happened in the market, except for the market is going sideways.
I beat him to the punch.
For sure. Did you put Jeff Dukes in the... I'm trying to find this. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here it is. All right. That's the right one. We might as well just knock this out right now. We'll go ahead and share the screen. So here's the URL. So let's see, and like, retweet, winner count 1, must follow at Jpg Empire. Oh, whoops. At Crypto Nightly. And I don't know the actual URL. So at WhenMint. And at WinMint, must have a profile image, a banner, no location. That's fine. We'll drop this down to 50 tweets, older than a month, minimum followers. You don't have to have a lot of followers. So we'll drop that down to 20. And I do believe that's the parameters we used last time. So let's go ahead and pick this winner.
Rigged.
It might be. Is it bad that I'm surprised when I don't win? Normally, I would say yes if somebody asked me that question. But for you, no. No. If I were you and I didn't win, I'd be freaking surprised too. All right. So we got M. Yeager 79. Hey, I wonder if they're my same age with that 79 right there. So let's go ahead and share this. And we have to get rid of all this, or Twitter picker, or Twitter won't allow it.
Which I can do that.
You can DM them?
Yep.
All right.
Look,
Oh.
Greg.
This just happens to be up. It's so funny. Community Notes knocks it out of the park all the time. Trump won't do a damn thing about school shootings. Harris would have. Community Note. Kamala Harris is currently in office. Like, duh. That's so funny. That's about, did you hear about that school shooting?
Which school shooting? No.
There was just one at some Christian school. I can't remember where it was. Wisconsin? Minnesota? I don't know. But the person, I want to say they injured 8, killed 2, and then killed themselves.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
and now the Democrats, or the Democrat Party, is all up in arms talking about, every time there's a shooting like this, they talk about gun rights and this and that. And that's a whole different discussion, that's wherever you fall on the spectrum is up to you. But what I find funny is that they didn't talk about that when the CEO from United Healthcare got murked. They didn't.
Yeah.
They weren't talking about gun control or anything then, huh?
No, they were not. So, that's true. Well, I think that they always talk about gun control every time that there's a school shooting, like every other month in the U.S. somewhere. Like there is one, but I think that that's like, this is outrageous. Our kids, give us your guns to protect our kids. And I think it's weird.
Yeah. It is weird. Well, never let a opportunity go to waste is pretty much what it is, in my opinion.
Crisis. Crisis.
Yeah.
Let a crisis.
Good crisis. Yeah. Never let a good crisis go to waste. There we go. That's the saying. But other than that, I mean, it's been a boring day for the market. We did hit 108K today. That was cool. And then now we're sitting at about 105. So that's not so cool. But this is what we expected. FOMC's tomorrow. 25 bit cut is what everybody's expecting. And as soon as that happens, we might see us a nice little Santa rally, going into the weekend, into the beginning part of next week. And then it kind of dies out. We sail through the rest of the year. I don't know. I kind of like it.
I like it. So let's reset the room real quick and let's get into market update. My last side comment that has no importance in any way, shape, or form, but I was out in the boonies and I wanted to shave, right? He doesn't know what he's talking about. If you're talking about me, you're right. Anyways, I bought a straight razor, and I shaved my face with a straight razor in the boonies off a little mirror. And dude, I like it. It's a little closer. Oh, rate cut will not be the reason for the Santa rally. It's the FOMC. And there's no way that there could be compounding events that happen in the economy that affect each other.
Or the fact that the rate cut will happen at the FOMC.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's go into market update. It's about that time.
So,
but what do we know?
If I don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to exit.
But anyways, let's get into market update. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Every day. Monday through Friday. And then, we have interviews that come out on the weekends. I might have a couple more come out soon. But let's get into it.
I would like to comment on this. Yes, 97% expected. You are correct. That doesn't mean anything. We expected the last rate cut also of 50 bips. You know what I mean? FOMCs are extremely volatile because an expectation does not guarantee that they're going to do it. He might come out tomorrow, something that came out and say, nah, we're going to pause. We're not going to do anything. So every FOMC is the same. We drag going into it. It comes out. Depending on what it says, is how the market reacts. It usually whipsaws from the morning to the afternoon, and then finally settles and chooses a direction. So anybody trading tomorrow needs to be careful. They are going to be looking for liquidations, and that price is just going to whipsaw up and down. This just in, FOMC pauses roll, pauses bull run instead of other way around. Yes, you are correct, Hops. You are correct. All right, so let's get into the market. Let's get the freshest data. Let's take a look. So we're down 2.6% today, coming in at $3.859 trillion. Very low volume for being a Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be your highest volume days. We only seen 300 billion yesterday. We're at 266 billion today. And it is my opinion that this is due to the FOMC tomorrow. Bitcoin dominance has ticked up a little bit more, coming in at 54.1%. We got Ethereum at 12.1%. And it's going to be 10.6 way to send you an ETH transaction. Let's take a look down here. We got Bitcoin coming in at 105,415, down 1.1%. Ethereum has been bleeding ever since it hit 4,100 yesterday. We got Ethereum coming in at 38.72, down 3.1%. XRP at 257, up 3.5%. I'm going to say that is strictly because of the RLUSD news. We got Solana coming in at 219, up 2.4%. That could be the Pengu drop. We got Dogecoin coming in at 39.24, down 2.2. We have Cardano coming in at 105, down 1.9. And then Tron and Avalanche, Chainlink are all also down. Let's go ahead and take a look at the biggest winners today. And that's going to be...
I was going to say, shout out to Lisa. Smash the like button for good time. We appreciate that. And shout out to Hops, probably Ryan, because it might be past Moose's bedtime already. There's more than 3 people in the chat. Should match at least the likes. I agree. So let's get some likes. Thank you all for supporting. It's free, and we appreciate it.
It is free. It is free. So we have Sta Yu I don't even know what this is, but it's up 19.8% today. I'm curious. What is that? That's the name. According to Go Plus, the contract creator can make changes to the token contract, such as disabling sells, changing fees, minting, transferring tokens, etc. So apparently, this is probably some overinflated. So Polygon, it's on Polygon. How old is this coin? Yeah, it's only like 17 days old and it's already in the top 100. So that's kind of suspicious. I've never heard of it. STAU. So let's go back. Biggest gainers. All right. Big Get token up 15.6. Litecoin up 8.6. We got Stellar up 6.1. Hedera up 4.6. Gate.io up 3.2. XRP up 4.2. Solana up 2.4. Then that's really it. Mantra back to $4. That's nice to see. Up 1.3 on the day. Let's look at the biggest losers. Punji Penguins. Pengu is down 58.1%. It came out swinging at 5 cents, and it is now 2.8 cents. Ooh, that's a rough one. But it's expected. We were talking about this last night. Everybody getting airdrops. What do you do? What do you do when you get an airdrop? You sell it, right? I mean, you sell it. So this does not mean that Pudgy Penguins is going to zero. It means a crap ton of people got a crap ton of airdrops. They sold, early investors sold, whatever. And it'll work its way back up. Is it going to be a top 10 coin? Probably not. I don't even know what the ecosystem is. But
I will say there was an article about one trader got $8 million worth of Pengu in their wallet today. And I'm sure they sold it. I'm just saying, if I was sitting there and somebody sent me $8 million, market sell immediately. I'm one clipping the chart. If not, I'm not happy.
Well, it's kind of like Journey Crypto. Do you know who Journey Crypto is?
Yep.
He's I don't think he does a lot of content lately,
but
he was an early Bored Ape adopter. I think he minted like 100 of them, and his ape payout was ridiculous. It was something like that. It was like 7 figures. It was a ridiculous amount, So then we got Hyperliquid coming in down 9.5%. But look at that, up 100% on the week. I still haven't had a chance to play with this, being a DEX and all. I would like to play with that. If it's good, I mean, I've messed around a little bit with Apex. That's a good leverage trading DEX, and I believe if Hyperliquid can like compare to that, in my opinion, this might be one of the DEXs that we want to look into, when it comes to the trading bot and everything like that.
Yeah, I support that, especially if it has futures on it too. Like, that's ideal.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got Stacks down 7.8, Aptos down 6.8, Athena down 7.0. Even with the news last night that we covered last night about Athena, still down 7%. Size down 6.4. Pith is down 6.8. And if you listen to BitBoy, Pith is going to eventually flip and steal and be the number one oracle instead of Chainlink. I don't know if I buy that, but there is a lot of upside to Pith. We're only talking about a $1.6 billion market cap.
I have to hop in there. Okay. Is that crazy? Yes. In my opinion, I think that's crazy. Pith, could it skyrocket? Absolutely. I think it has a lot of potential because Solana is a huge ecosystem. But for it to displace Chainlink is crazy to me, just from the standpoint that it's being used by the New York Stock Exchange.
Right.
You have a lot of these international
And it
infrastructure.
has the CCIP. Chainlink has the CCIP. Definitely has first mover advantage. But what if Pith is faster, sleeker, cheaper? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
You know what
maybe.
I mean?
Perhaps. I believe it. It's possible.
Right. I mean, Chainlink could become the Oracle of institutions, where Pith becomes the Oracle. John disappeared. Where Pith becomes like the Oracle for like builders and devs and stuff like that. I don't know. It's possible, but he's very BitBoy is very hyperbolic, so take everything he says with a grain of salt. Yeah. We got Lido down, the graph down. I feel
figured
like
you were gonna, yeah,
huh?
that's I was waiting for you to comment on that. I thought you would
Yeah.
like that one.
I feel like they're misleading people into memes before utility. Yes. I am not. I mean, I own several memes for sure. We do invest in them. The DCA portfolio has memes in it. I personally own memes. JPEG Empire might even own a couple memes. I think they own Nike, a little bit of Nike. I know that. They owned some Snack, and then we got rid of that. But yes, it's like man, I guess it's kind of a nuanced thing. I mean, most people that watch this show regularly know my opinion of like Pump.fun, Snack.fun. It's just a casino. It's just a gambling. Yes, it brings people in, but does it help the ecosystem? I don't think so. I think it creates volume. I think it brings people in, and people get wrecked. They lose all their money, and then they leave. But 20 or 30% of those may stay and start to learn, do more, learn about Bitcoin, learn about Ethereum, Solana, XRP, all that, and get into more of a utility token. So while I personally don't like it, it could be a net positive. I don't know. What's your opinion, John?
I think that they get people in the ecosystem, but I don't think that they're actually I don't think that they're positive. Like I think that they're just short-term speculation. There's no actual value there. I think utility is the ultimate only place to go. Because it's
But you don't think it's you don't think it's a net positive for the crypto ecosystem as a whole?
Yes, only because it brings in new people, but I would say that it is potentially, I mean, if you go into a store and then you get robbed, you might not go to the store again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's kind of my opinion on memes, to be honest. But
Right.
then there's some people that they just love going to the store to get robbed. Like they wake up every day and they're like, I just got paid. Like, let me get robbed at this store. So that's kind of how I feel about memes for the most part. But I do think that some can actually do some cool things.
Right.
I do think that they can be a funding mechanism for a lot of different interesting things.
I will say most of the memes that get founded and spun up are not altruistically backed, for sure. They don't care what happens to you. So yes, they're going to mislead you. They're going to say whatever they have to do. But the trick is to pick out the big caps. Like I don't play on Pump.fun. I very rarely get into any newly launched memes, and if I do, it's with real low money. But like I said, I mean, we own some WIF, some Bonk, some Doge, Popcat. I like Popcat. It's got a lot of volume. It's been lackluster the past month and a half, but it did have a lot of volume when it was on fire. And I think when memes come back, it will get pushed right along with everything else, so.
Yeah, and I want to say third Patriot, yes, like the lottery, if the lottery costs 2 Solana.
Right. One more thing before we switch to articles, let me bring it up. Okay. Boom. So we got the fear and greed today. We're sitting at 81. So it has ticked up a little bit. It did tick down from yesterday. So we were at 87 yesterday. We're at 81 today. But you can see how it slowly ticked up as Bitcoin started pumping. So we do have that. Let's look at the options. Max Pain. We still have this. So this is going to be the end of the month. I don't know why they do it on the 27th. It's got to be because it's like a Friday and I don't know, maybe the markets are closed Monday and Tuesday. I don't think they are, though. I don't think it's closed, but maybe they just don't expect, or maybe they only do this on Fridays. But so this is going to be your end of year, end of month, end of half year, and the end of the week. And the max pain price is sitting at 80K. But then the following week, the max pain jumps all the way up to 103 on January 3rd. Very low interest right there. And then it goes down and we just kind of loop. And then these haven't really been filled out yet, unless they're really expecting 80K in March of 28. So, and then the next thing, this is what we're talking about. Kai Zhu pointed this out earlier, that it's a 97% chance at a 25 bip decrease. Granted, there's only about 5,800 in here, but still, or no, I'm sorry, 5.8 million. My bad. I thought that was a decimal point, not a comma. So everybody is expecting the 25 bips. And I'll say this, if everybody's expecting it and we get a pause instead of a cut, I think we tank. You know, we're going to get hit hard because it's that expectation, you know, and then they pause it. If it does hit, I expect business as usual and the continuing of the pump into the Santa rally. And then we peter out, you know, Monday or Tuesday with Christmas on the 25th, something like that. So that is where I stand on that. And that's it. That's it for the market update.
That's crazy. You're telling me on Christmas Day when you're there with your family and you're doing all your Christmas stuff that you're not going to have your iPad with all your charts open?
Only because I don't own an iPad.
He's like, but I'll have my computer and my 7 screens up.
No, right. I mean, I don't care what day it is, bro. I look at the market every day. Every day.
So I'm going to show a couple of these articles I got. So this first one is pretty big as far as TradFi, paying attention to crypto and taking it serious. Bitcoin ETFs flip gold funds and assets under management. This is huge. And when I saw the actual number, it is just not that big of a difference. I'm going to try, maybe they have it here, but it was like, I don't know. I don't think it's exactly.
Bitcoin, scroll back up, scroll back. There you go.
This is what I was looking for. It was just the ETFs for gold are 128.88 billion, and then the Bitcoin ETFs are 129.25 billion. Which, I mean, it's just like such a small difference.
Wow.
But I think that's massive.
Haven't you ever watched Fast and Furious?
Yes.
Well, then you know.
Toretto.
Then you know it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning, baby.
That's true. That's true. Do you know, I was talking about that movie the other day, and somebody was telling me that the whole like last episode when the other guy was in there, he died, and they used like CGI of his brother's face.
Yeah.
Like CGI on his brother in order to like act out his last scene, which is crazy. But anyways, the big point here is on December 16th, yesterday, U.S. spot and derivatives Bitcoin ETFs collectively broke 129 billion in net assets, surpassing gold ETFs for the first time. All of the other nonsense that could be in this article really doesn't matter, because that's really the take home here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big step, though. You know what I mean? We're not just gonna pass the market cap of gold without getting some wins along the way, and it's a big win.
100%. 100%. There's people doing things here, let me tell you. But so this I thought was obviously, I don't know. This is something that's to be expected. But the U.S. Treasury and UAE target North Korean digital asset launderers. And I don't know if you remember, everybody out there, but a little while ago we covered an article that basically stated that the U.S. Treasury and I can't remember what other global entities it were, but they can't target decentralized, they can't target code. And so it was things like Tornado Cash. They can't sanction somebody running Tornado Cash on their computer, and these different things, which was interesting because the U.S. Treasury and UAE target North Korean digital asset launderers, which is basically those were some of the things that people are using.
The Lazarus Group.
Yeah, Lazarus Group. So 2 Chinese citizens and the UAE trading company have been sanctioned by the U.S. for their alleged roles in money laundering for North Korea. The United States Treasury Department Office of Foreign Asset Control, OFAC, has worked closely with the government in the United Arab Emirates to impose sanctions on actors it accuses of enabling North Korean digital asset laundering, which I want to take this out and for people to understand what they're saying. So the government of the United States Arab Emirates and OFAC impose sanctions on actors it accuses, of enabling North Korean digital asset laundering. So this doesn't even mean that they were found to be doing this. This means that they decide to deem them as doing this. Disassembling a network. OFAC has sanctioned 2 Chinese citizens. It's got their names, not going to read it, in the UAE based on Green Alpine Trading for their alleged part in the cryptocurrency conversions and the laundering of funds that were subsequently sent to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Interesting. But so as DPRK continues to use, that's not the Lazarus Group, but that's interesting. As DPRK continues to use complex criminal schemes to fund its weapons of mass destruction and ballistic missiles program, including through the exploitation of digital assets, Treasury remains focused on disrupting the network that facilitates this flow of funds to the regime. So they're saying that these 2 are residents of the UAE. Liu allegedly converted cryptocurrency into fiat and used it to obtain goods and services destined for North Korea for its proxies. He was active between 2022 and September 2023, the Treasury Department said. So let's see. Announced sweeping sanctions, targeting entities and individuals involved. Yeah, we get this. But it says U.S. escalates sanctions on support networks. I thought it was interesting. They arrested these people, but just recently we read an article that said that they can't actually sanction code.
Right.
Let's see.
That was whatever the High Court in the UK said, right?
Yes.
They said that they I don't know about code being free speech, but that they're not gonna indict on because he wrote some code. You know what I mean? Can't be held culpable or culpable for
what everybody else does with it.
Right.
This right here.
What did you just put up on the screen real quick? What do you think would happen if rate cut happens, FOMC is good, and we pump, but the following day unemployment claims and final GDP is bearish? I don't know that it will have that much effect. I don't think it could offset because they're not really, I don't know. It wouldn't affect the way I trade because we all know that most of these numbers are like fake. They'll give us the jobs claim, and then when you go look when the next month's comes out and you look at the previous month's revised data, it's like totally wrong. Like they overestimated what 880,000 new jobs or something like that in 2024, you know, and that was only over like a 9-month period from like March. What was it? I don't even know if it was 9 months. It was like from March to something. So I don't think it would have that big of an effect. Dixie almost 107 has been rising since October, yet crypto and stocks still rising. Well, the Dixie doesn't have to fall for crypto and stocks to rise, but I mean it's not like they're perfectly correlated or correlation calls causation, something like that. That's not necessarily the case. The whole market's bullish. You know what I mean? Trump got elected. Everybody's just still partying, you know, seeing if he's going to uphold his ends. You know, oil speculators are bringing the price. I mean, gas dropped up here where I'm at by like almost 30 cents since Trump's been elected. So I went down to my brother's house for Thanksgiving. Gas was $2.49. It was crazy. You know, and Trump hasn't even been inaugurated yet. So you're welcome. No, I was responding to.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's like.
Yeah.
Remember, like the thanks Obama thing that was going on forever, and it was like just like for anything.
Oh yeah.
Be like thanks. Right. Yeah, gas is up. Now it's like thanks, Trump. All right, so Ohio lawmakers introduced Bitcoin reserve bill allowing state to buy Bitcoin. So last time we talked about, I think it was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania probably was what it was. But yes.
Texas. So Texas was the last one. I think Pennsylvania was the one before that. And then Florida had announced something prior to that also.
I'm surprised Arizona isn't there yet, right? Because isn't Arizona kind of like a don't tread on me state too?
Arizona has a blue governor.
Oh. But man, where am I thinking of?
We have a red Congress though. We're just like every other blue state or every other state in the union. It's a red state with blue cities. And Arizona is very sparsely populated outside of Phoenix and Tucson. So,
speaking of Donald Trump as president, even though he's not president yet, but he will be, Coinbase reveals an 18% drop year over year in law enforcement requests. Which, I mean, don't know if they're correlated or related. One of the things that's kind of interesting is that, you know, there was, I guess, like probably like a year or two ago, there started to be these positions in law enforcement and different like businesses where it would be like blockchain sleuth, right? Chain analysis person. So like, I'm curious to know if the drop in year over year law enforcement requests are actually from an increase in global education. You know what I mean? I don't need them to tell me the address because I can find the address. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like I can see where the money is translated to, you know?
What I think is funny is that Coinbase has so many law enforcement requests that they can actually put a statistic behind it to where it dropped 18%.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought, because I'm thinking the SEC Wells notice. But then when I read the rest of the headline, it has to do with more countries and criminal intent and stuff like that.
It says Coinbase disclosed in a transparency report that it received 10,707 requests from global law enforcement and the government agencies over the past year, which is a 18% decline from the previous reporting period.
Okay. That's a lot of requests.
Yeah. For the third consecutive year, the U.S. submitted the highest number of requests from law enforcement and government agencies despite a decline this year. So outside the U.S., Coinbase experienced a notable decrease in law enforcement requests from key markets. Requests declined significantly in Germany, the UK, and Spain by 30, 45, and 35% respectively. In contrast, Singapore stood out with a 221% increase in requests, jumping from 4 in 2023 to 109 this year. This signaled growing regulatory activity. Okay, so I feel like they're using percents to make it like way bigger because look, 34 to 100 doesn't feel that bad.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, it is a 221% increase, you know, prominent
right.
crypto.
But it what really matters is the weight of the percentage. You know what I mean? How does that factor in the full thing? Speaking of Trump, though, it's funny. I just got, while you were talking, I just got a notification. Mexican president says that if Trump sends immigrants back to Mexico, then she will send back the 2 million American immigrants.
Really?
It's a joke, I think. I mean, she might be serious, but I mean, I don't think there's 2 million illegal immigrants in Mexico.
You mean it? Dude, expats go to Mexico and stay all the time.
Illegal immigrants.
I mean, it's illegal if they don't get permission to stay.
Well, yeah, if they don't leave, yeah, then obviously that's illegal. You know what I mean?
I would bet that there's probably at least 2 million people that just came and didn't leave.
Well, and that all depends. I don't know what Mexico's policies are for a visa or this or that or the other. So,
yeah, no, I have no idea. But I agree, and I think that this number is pretty crazy. 81% of the requests originated from 6 key jurisdictions: the U.S., UK, Germany, France, Spain, and Australia. The overwhelming majority pertain to criminal enforcement matters such as investigations into illicit financial activities, fraud, or other criminal concerns. These requests took various legal forms, including subpoenas, court orders, search warrants, and other official processes. The report emphasized its obligation to respond only to legally valid requests. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I guess we could take that one of two ways. We could take that as, you know, we're getting a little bit more regulatory framework, so there's not as many requests from law enforcement, or, you know, we're not in the height of the bull run or whatever, so there's not that many scammers. I'm not sure.
Yep. So I will say, last election, I had a conversation with my dad. He said, there are not that many crypto people. It can't tip the scale of the election. But Stand with Crypto Advocates floods Senate with 107,000 emails opposing Senator SEC Crenshaw's renomination. And, you know, that's wild. That's wild. Kara Calvert, Vice President of U.S. Policy at Coinbase, said the emails demonstrate that crypto advocates are not just focused on elections, but they're focused on policy as well. And so I think that that's huge. You know, anytime that anybody can get 107,000 people to do anything, that means they're passionate and they care, and that's massive. And so the fact that many people from Stand With Crypto sent those emails is positive. They are making a positive impact. So then my last little article here is Sega, Square Enix, Konami, and more join crypto firms in Japanese blockchain gaming alliance. And I think that's bullish.
Ooh.
I think that some of the best games have come from Sega and Square Enix. I mean, probably Konami right now as well. I am sure I've played the games. I just can't come up with one off the top of my head specifically from them. But from Square Enix, we got Final Fantasy. From Sega, we have so many different awesome games from Sega. So I think that this is exciting and bullish for crypto gaming in the long term, as well as just in the short term. I had a really, really great conversation with Title Pending, and it was a very long conversation. He's the first interview I've had with somebody with their face covered up, but the second he started talking, and the first time, like in the beginning when he laughed, I will tell you, there's no need to dox him. Anybody who's heard his laugh before, you hear his laugh at the beginning, you're like, yeah, that's Title Pending. Yeah, I didn't even have to put his name, right? You would have known.
Right.
But, excited about it. It was a great conversation. I think that these big players are getting into the blockchain crypto space because something that he said that I thought was awesome is that some of these games, right, they use these developing software tools like Unity, and then they have to pay a royalty after they get so big. But some of the games get so big and then they can pay the royalty for X amount of time, but then they go out of business and have to stop supporting updates to the game because they can't afford to pay the royalty, right? And so with blockchain, what is being able to happen is you're able to have a lot of smaller people make smaller, more indie games without actually having that problem of having to pay exorbitant amounts of money and being slaves to the tech, basically. So it gives people a chance to be more creative on a smaller scale, smaller studios. But I love
at one point in time, Sega had the best video game system on the market for multiple years.
Sega. Was it the Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, love it.
Many a night playing Mortal Kombat till you get blisters on your thumbs.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was a good one. Let's see. Anyone pick up any RLUSD today? I definitely didn't.
No.
I'm excited about it. I can't say that I'm not excited about it. I'm excited about RLUSD, but I didn't have a purpose for it. If I was going to send somebody money, I would pick some up and send them money, but I wouldn't naturally, unless I was in the XRP ecosystem and I had money in meme coins and stuff that blew up, then I might move into RLUSD, but I have to like be there already. But that's what I've got. That's what I got.
My question is, wow, it's not even pegged.
It's not pegged?
No.
I was trying to put it up.
It's only slightly off.
Fire.
But that slightness is definitely a problem. You know what I mean? If you got, $1 million in RLUSD, well, now you only have $996,900.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So RLUSD is not available for purchase at the moment. Please refer to their Twitter for latest updates. Let's see here. Markets. It is on Bitso, Mercado, Bitcoin, and Sologenic is the only place it's at right now. So those are the only places you can get it currently. And some of these have Inactive, no trades in 3 hours. I don't know why that's doing that. So weird. So weird. But yeah, so there's that. Before we get in, I have a couple of bookmarks to get into, but before we get into that, let's reset the room. Everybody, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend. If you're on Twitter, tag some DGens, repost. If you are on YouTube, hit that notification bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, to bring you the daily news and the state of the market as we see it. So do us a favor, hit that like, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. All right. Let's move on real quick. I have a couple of bookmarks here. All right. So for the SWI ecosystem, nice little overview of the SWI ecosystem here. We got your memes, your DEXs, your wallets, your AMMs, your LSDFi. We got lending, bridging, social, NFT. So there you go. RWA, what's that? Ondo Finance is right there on SWI. You know what I'm saying? You got your stable coins, which is Ondo stablecoin. I don't even know what that says. Buck stablecoin, Tether, and USDC. So you got yield aggregators, all that good stuff. So some more bullish news. Just in, European Parliament says no to a CBDC, calls for EU Bitcoin reserve. I tell you what, Trump's really shaking up the tree with this whole Bitcoin reserve thing, you know? And apparently he's hearing all these sources saying that he's extremely serious about this Bitcoin reserve. And if that happens, if he really does come out, here, let me take this down a second. If he really does come out and put forth some kind of plan for a Bitcoin strategic reserve, you know how bullish that is going to be? Because once he starts to do it, you're going to have all these other nations be going like, wait, what? He wasn't joking? Well, we need to look into this. And you want to talk about a short squeeze when nation states start buying billions and billions and billions, tens of billions of dollars in Bitcoin, that's going to be one hell of a short squeeze for sure. So, all right, let's bring this back up. Oops. Oh, apparently I can just switch back and forth like that. Okay. So, shout out to Machinist. He was talking about this last Friday when we had him on the show. The Indian digital rupee will be built on Radex. He says 200 million users minimum. Well, I believe India has 1.4 billion people. So if they're going to be 200 million minimum, I think is a conservative estimate. You know how many are kids, how many are this and that. But very bullish for XRD. We know Machinist is a big XRD pundit. So, and SWI is growing in China. SWI just announced a partnership with a Fortune China 500 manufacturer that produces solar assets. They will look to tokenize real-world assets in China. Another big move for SWI. This is the Ohio rep right here. All right. And then some bullish news for Cardano. Everybody, I know I'm super happy. I've been waiting for this TGE for seems like 5 or 6 months now. But get ready for the Palm token generating event. The wait is almost over. A new chapter begins as the Palm token prepares to launch, empowering the Palm economy like never before. What's coming? A token designed to revolutionize RWA tokenizations. So I think it's going to be real big with the RWA narrative, and then us having, well, not us, but Cardano having a massive player, potentially massive player for an RWA play. So then we talked about this yesterday. So that's about all I have on that. Let's take a quick look at the market. Starting off with Bitcoin. We are on the 4-hour. You can see we had that massive pump earlier today. On MEXC, it hit 108,361. So we do officially have a new all-time high for Bitcoin. And you can see we're starting to round off. So we were starting to round over on the momentum back here on Monday. And then we got that nice little pump. And now we're starting to round off a little bit, coming back down to C21. We get good news tomorrow. This definitely is not going to dump. I mean, we're probably going to, even if we get bad news tomorrow, the market still may not dump. We may get that crazy whipsaw for a day or two, but the narrative is in for Bitcoin, and nobody's selling their Bitcoin. You know what I mean? No smart person who owns Bitcoin is selling it. So that's what we're looking at. Let's look at the daily. Daily, we do got the red dot on the daily. It has not confirmed yet. So we still have 20 hours and 56 minutes before this candle closes and that red dot confirms. So, and nothing's really, I mean, we do got the VWAP coming down. Money flow is flat, so we're not going up or down. Momentum is clipped. You know, got the little red dot. But, I mean, it could be a red dot like this right here. And then we pump and keep going up a little bit. But I personally wouldn't be trading over the next 24 hours. Let me rephrase that. I won't be opening any new trades over the next 24 hours. I do have a couple trades running that I'm just allowing to run and breathe. One of them is Ethereum and one of them is Cardano. So speaking of Ethereum had a major pullback. So we hit all the way up here at 41.10. And then it is just been coming down. It did come down. Look, it's come down and pretty much wicked off this support at 38.20. You see all this price action right here. Boom, boom, boom. We got lots of price action right here. It came down, wicked perfectly. I would have to say that if we do lose this right here, which is at 38.23, we have some hope at this high volume node down here at about 37.14. You can see we got a lot of price action right here. We have some price action right here. We broke through. So definitely liking what I see for Ethereum, just because it hasn't really had, I mean, it's up, don't get me wrong, it hit 4,100, but it hasn't had that explosive movement like Bitcoin and everything else did. You figure back here, what is that? November 14th. You know, we're up 34% in the past month. But if we look at some of these other altcoins, we look at SWI on the past month. Where was that? Right about there. The 14th. You know, it's up 56%. And in price discovery as to where, you know what? Now that I think about that, let's go back to ETH. Is ETH in price discovery? What was the all-time high for ETH? I thought it was about 4,100.
Thought it hit 42 before.
Was it 42?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, no, my bad. I'm way off. I don't remember it hitting 4,800. It went all the way to 4,800? Wow, I don't remember that. That's got to be some kind of wick.
Yeah, 48.78.
Yeah. I don't remember it going that high. Max. That would have been back here. This says 48.15. And I don't know what exchange that's on. But definitely expecting ETH to start making a move. I know it's boring, it's slow, it's got a huge market cap, everybody. You can't expect it to move like that meme coin you just invested $20 in. You know, you can't expect it to move like that. We're talking about like a $400 billion market cap, $460 billion market cap. Yeah, $465 billion market cap. So you can't really expect it to move super fast, but I am expecting a breakout. Let's look at SWE real quick. SWE's kind of been ranging ever since it hit its new all-time high. So this is on the 4-hour. It looks like we were trying to get a head and shoulder, and it didn't play out. It broke back to the downside and is now sitting beautifully at this SR level at about 44.58. And this is it's gonna be just like the rest of the market. It's gonna stay calm. You see, we've been ranging right here. So we've been ranging between 440 and what is that? 479 for 36 for 6 days. We've been in this range right here. So if I was going to be trading SWE, what I would do is I would take my top of my trend right here. Boom. I'd put an alarm on that. Once this goes off on the 4-hour and you get that notification, boom, then you dive in and you start looking for entry points on the lower time frames. But I would also put one down here on this bottom trend line, because if we break this, then we're coming back down. You know, we have support at about 422. But other than that, if that line breaks, we have hopefully a little saving grace, and we get bounced off of 422. If not, I mean, the next line is way down here at like 378. I mean, you got tops here, boom, boom, finally broke through, came back, retest, boom, finally broke back through. So not to mention, look, you extend that out. This is a big zone right here. This 383 to about 389. So the $3.80 plus area right there. Let's look at Cardano real quick. Unfortunately, Cardano has fallen out of the triangle that I have drawn right here. It's kind of a symmetrical triangle, so they do break either way. Unfortunately, if this breaks out the bottom, I mean, we're gonna dump. I just don't see it playing all the way out in a bull market scenario, though. But we have some SR levels right in this area. So we'll wait to see if that's a false breakout of the pattern, or we're just going to go sideways. But I would definitely have a line right here, about 102. Boom, put an alarm on that. If this triggers, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're coming all the way back down here to almost 89 to 92 cents. And that could be a nice short right there if you catch that break right there. So other than that, that's just a quick little market update. Bitcoin dominant, still dropping. That's good. Or, well, not it. What is this? Just the 2-hour, I guess. It's actually going up. My bad. Not still dropping. I just pinned on this and started going with that. Hold on. All right. That's all I got. My dog is getting crazy for some reason. I don't know why. So
you're good. My wife is doing the same thing. So
right.
You guys are awesome. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a great show. We're excited to see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST, every day, Monday through Friday. And one of the things that got me a little distracted was that I might get John Allen Woods at the beginning of next year. So that might be the new present. Yeah. Finally got the email back. I was like, I already been sent emails for decades now. What's going on? And I got DMs with the man saying, just email this person. They should take care of it. So let's get her done. But good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.